I'm going to present Cindy Christensen, who is with Ponant Cruises. I'm sure most of you are here because you don't know a whole lot about Ponant. It's not one of the cruise lines that is on all the TV shows and PBS stations and whatever, but they are a great little jewel that you'll like to have in your book of tricks. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Cindy, and we'll talk a little later.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Angie, and thank you all for coming out tonight. I know it's a busy time of year to be thinking about traveling. So let's go ahead and get started. We want to awaken your sense of wonder this evening. And I hope, I don't know how I'm cut off a little bit here on this screen, but hopefully it won't stay that way. I don't know how to correct it on here, but okay, so we started in 1988, so that would make us 28 years old. And we were started by two French merchant marine captains that were very big into expedition and exploration. We have, over the years, have had several ships and sold those ships and operated for others, other companies. But today we have 5 ships in our fleet. And this is one of them here, which is the La Ponant. It is a mass sailing ship. It's 64 passengers. And the gentleman that, here you can't see too well, he's cut off. His name is Jean-Samuel Salvet, and he is actually the CEO of the company, and he is one of those French captains that started the company. So he has a long history with us. We were actually purchased last October by the Armitage Group, which is a French family solely owned. It's the Ponant family. They're based out of Marseille, and they're very, very well known into luxury products. Some of these ladies you'll recognize, Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent, Stella McCarthy. They own the Chateau Latour wineries. Also the Christie's Art Auction. These are just some of their companies, and the story is that they actually, the family went on one of the ships and they decided to buy the company. So all is good for us because you'll see in my presentation later on, you know, we're going to be introducing more ships that we're building, and so it's very exciting for us because, you know, in this business you got to continue to grow or you get behind. So it's all good. So this here is the La Ponant. It's really actually our flagship, and it does the Caribbean in the winter time right now. It does the Mediterranean in the summer, and it's going to do a couple Cuba departures for next year. We have 4 of these beautiful yachts. They're all purposely built for expedition and exploration. So they've got all the features on there for exploring. They are 264 passengers, and they've all been built in the last 6 years. And what we've been able to do with these ships is we've been able to combine the luxury with the expedition and the access. And because of the size of our ships, we're able to take you to the most remote destinations in the world. So you'll see, if you've been looking and glancing through our brochure, we have some of the most amazing itineraries taking you to the most remote areas. A lot of places I myself have never heard of, but if you like to explore and really, if you're one of those people that feel like you've been everywhere, I can tell you, you have not when you look at the brochures. So we have 4 of these beautiful yachts, and if you're familiar with Seabourn Cruises, and if you're familiar with Lindblad Cruises, Lindblad is an expedition company, Seabourn is a luxury cruise line. If you put them combined, if they were to have an offspring, it would be Ponant. Okay, so that's kind of to give you an idea how we kind of place ourselves. So basically, we do all 7 continents, over 80 countries. So we can take you just about anywhere. And as mentioned, we have the newest small ship fleet out there in the industry today. All the ships purposely built for expedition, so they've got all the features on them, like the ice class hulls, the forward-facing sonar, the 3D ocean floor mapping that allows us to map the ocean floor and share that information. We've got dynamic positioning. What this does is allows us to stay in stay in space, right, or not move, and so if we see any animal or wildlife without disturbing the floor bed, so we're not roughing up the water and stuff. So the dynamic positioning is great. Then we've got the LED and the CFR lighting technology. So really everything for exploring. The ships are all very environmentally friendly. We don't want to be putting waste or put gases and all these things in the water and so forth. So we do have 4 of these beautiful yachts. We have the Laboriel, which was built in 2010, the Le Austral, which was 2011, the Lasoriel in 2013, and last year we last October we came out with the L'Oreal in 2015. And they are all 264 except the L'Oreal, which is 244, so it's 20 less guests. We put more suites on the ship. We have 264 maximum guests, and when we take the ships to Antarctica for the season, which we have 3 of them down there right now, we only sell the ship to 199 guests. Do you know why we do that?
Well, we already carry
Because you're not allowed to bring that many people into the area?
Yes, something like that. When we take the guests to the landing, we can only have 199 total. We can only have 100 guests on the landing at a time. So this allows us to just do 1 rotation. So, in cases where there's other big ships, not everybody gets to go to the landing. And I think if I went all the way to Antarctica and not be able to get off there, I would not be happy. So that's why we do that. So we only fill them to 199. On board the ships, we have 2 restaurants, 2 lounges, a theater, a pool, a spa, a fitness center. Everything you would find on the big ships. What we don't have a casino.
Yay!
Miss that? I wouldn't miss that. We don't have bingo really either. And we don't have any rock climbing wall or slides.
Good.
Okay. But what we do have is we have naturalists or historians or lecturers that come on, that tell you about the history of the area or, where we're visiting. Just really insightful, and of course, really programs that are going to be very interesting, informative, and educational for you. So, this is actually a picture of one of the staterooms on board the ships. We have 95% balconies. Bless you. In the staterooms and suites, we have everything for you. They're really well accommodated. They run in size anywhere up to 410 square feet. I'm sorry this is cut up, I don't know. But they are decorated contemporary, they're sophisticated, they're very smart looking ships. They're got all the amenities in them, like the minibar and safe, the satellite TV. We have makeup barefoot slippers, hair dryers, the Hermes bath, or L'Occitane bath of products. So just everything that you would find. We even have a separate shower and sink area from the toilet area. So, and they're very, very spacious as well, as you can attest to, right? You said you were before.
Actually, I was on Le Ponant.
Oh, you were
and
on
that's a little different.
That's a little different, yeah. He was on the mass sailing ship, so that's much smaller. Yes. So we have 2 beautiful lounges. We have the main lounge, and here, we do a lot of activities. We always have usually a piano singer or piano player. We do, of course, cocktail evenings and so forth in the main lounge. In the front of the ship, we have the observatory lounge, which is really nice if you like to look ahead. And of course, the captain's always on the lookout for seeing any bears or whales or seals or dolphins or whatever it may be. And when you're up there in that observatory lounge, you're going to be able to see a lot up there because it's all windows around. So it's really nice. We also have an open air deck, and this is above the swimming pool. And of course, this is open. It's not open right now in Antarctica, but a little too cold for that. But when we're in beautiful Europe during the Mediterranean during the summer, it will be open. We also have a theater, and the theater will accommodate all the guests. And in the theater, we have the lecturers and the historians. We also do entertainment in the evening. We have the singers, we have dancers, maybe some comedians, different things that we do. It's not the huge Broadway shows you find on the big ships, but it's nice, it's fun, and it's, entertaining. We also have a library, we have the spa, and we have a fitness center for you as well. You all look very active to me, right? You're in such a beautiful area, you get out and walk. We have a swimming pool, and here you can see that open air bar above that. And this is very nice. Just everything on a small ship that you again would find on the other. We're very excited because we have 4 of these beautiful yachts that we're going to be building, and 2 of them will be arriving in 2018 and 2 in 2019. The first one is coming in June of 2018. It's called the Le Perouse. These are all named after French explorers, and I'm not the best at pronouncing them, but the next one is the La Champollion, and the other one here is cut off. I'm not quite sure. I want to show you the picture here of these beautiful yachts. So you can see they have all the toys on them. They have the fishing boats and zodiacs, the paddle boards, everything that you want to have fun in different places. So they're really, really nice little ships. And they're only going to be 184 passengers. So they're going to be 80 less passengers than our ships that we currently have. How many of you have been on a river cruise? Everybody? Okay, so you know. That's good. I love river cruising. I sold river cruising for 10 years. So the river cruise ships, they run at 443 feet. These new little ships of ours are 30 feet shorter in length. But yet they're 7 decks high. So you can imagine how small. They really are what I call like James Bond type yachts. So, but they're going to be doing, they're going to be, of course, built environmentally friendly with all the technology, with the universe interior, and they're going to be exploring the Oceania, the lagoons. We'll have one doing initially the Iceland program, which is the round trip Reykjavik, which is very, very popular now, Iceland. Have any of you been to Iceland? Yeah, what'd you think? Did you like it?
Froze to death.
You froze to death? Oh, what time of year did you go?
It was summer, but
Oh.
there was wind at about 40 miles an hour with ice driving.
Oh boy,
It was fun.
yeah.
Can't wait to go again, right?
But we're not rushing back.
Well, it is one of those destinations now that's really, really popular. So our ship is going to be doing Northern Europe, it's going to be doing some more Iceland itineraries in the Mediterranean, and then the Le Champollion, when it comes out later in the year, in 2018, South America, the Amazon, Papua New Guinea, these destinations. And we haven't got the program yet for the other 2 coming in 2019. So this is just a diagram of some of the features of the ship. The other one by the name is the La Bougainville. And here we can see, it's cut off, but the back of the ship with some of the things that
Boys.
you're going to be able to do, explore. And of course the beautiful interior, the very nice, gorgeous interior, elegant design. And really it's like a private yacht, again with only 92 staterooms. And it will be 100% balcony, so everyone will have a balcony. So I have a nice video here to share with you.
length of those new ships?
They're like 403 feet, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So they're not, I mean, like I said, they're like 30 feet shorter than a river cruise ship today. So they're a nice size, and again, 7 decks high. So they really are, that's why I call them the James Bond yachts. Anyway, this is just an example of some of the itineraries coming out for the La Perouse that you can see. And we are selling this for the 2018. A lot of the Iceland is very, very limited. Some of the dates are completely sold out already, but that's why I'm going to encourage you at the end. You know, if you see something you like, you should always book it early. We'll give you the best pricing and it's absolutely the best availability because they are popular. So we're going to step on board. So I'd like to welcome you to Ponant. When you come on board, you know that as I said, we have French owners, so we are a French company. And so what does that mean? On board, we're going to have French and English language. About 50% of our guests are French. The rest is mixed international, consisting of the American market, the British, Australian, German, and Swiss. So we do the 2 languages, French and English. We have everything available for you in English, your daily shore excursions, your daily program, all the crew speak English, the menu, everything is available for you in English. We have a very high repeat factor. We find that people that have traveled with us will come back within 3 years to travel with us again. And we will absolutely not run out of itineraries for you. We have 93 different itineraries, and we have over 200 departures. And we're even going to have more than that because that's not calculating the new ships coming in and the programs that they're doing. So we really have a lot of products. So that's why you see we have so many different brochures up there. So we have a very high repeat factor. Our Ponant guests, the average age is 64, and of course our customer is someone that has got a very adventurous spirit. They are looking for the emotion of the destination, so it's not just going to the destination, but feeling the destination. The expeditions, we have them as young as 10 years old. You know, we don't really get a lot of children on board, but you know, some of the times of the year, you know, families, grandparents, parents will bring their children on board. On board, we use the euro as the currency, and we do open an account for you if you wanted to buy a shore excursion, if it's a program that the shore excursions are not included, or if you're using the spa or something, or purchasing Wi-Fi. We have a butler service in the suites and 5-star service. And as far as the dress on board, it is what we call country club casual elegance. We don't require jackets or ties. We'll have a couple captain's evenings, and you don't need to bring a long dress if you don't like, and no need for a tuxedo. So we don't want to be all fussy and everything, so you don't have to worry about bringing those. This is the main dining room, and we do include your wines as well as your spirits throughout the day. Those are included in your program. This is the main dining room, and we have a second dining area, which is I want to say it's not it's like a buffet, but it's open. I can't think of the name, what we call it. But we have another dining area that you can have breakfast and lunch. You can also dine there in the evening if you want to. If you didn't want to go to more food there in the main dining area. Oh, it's just called the Grill Bistro. That's what it is. So here's the Grill Bistro. You can dine, usually breakfast and lunch, everybody's using the Grill Bistro instead of dining in the main dining room, but you can dine in there. In the evening, if you want to not do the main dining room, you can dine at the Grill Bistro. You have to make a reservation for that because it can't accommodate everybody at the same time. So that's why we do that. And of course, we've got wonderful French cuisine. How many of you like French cuisine? Yes, me too. It's very creamy and buttery and all that good stuff. And we have what we call an open bridge. So we have the captain that is up there that, you know, he'd be happy to show you around the bridge and all the equipment and navigation up there as well. And of course, you know, like I said, he's always on the lookout for any marine life or wildlife. You know, I've only done the one cruise so far. I've been with the company since March. I did the Inside Passage. I saw everything that I wanted to see when I went to Alaska. I saw bears, I saw whales, I saw a moose, tons of seals. I mean, everything. And you know, what's nice is the captain is looking for you. We saw seals that were just on big chunks of ice floating around. And it really wasn't an expedition sailing, but because the weather was nice, the waters were calm, the captain had him pull out the Zodiacs. We did a quick training on the Zodiacs. We put the guests on. We took them out to the glacier. And these are things that people remember. I mean, the experience of going out there, you know, being in that silence, the sound of the birds. We saw a billy goat up in the mountains there, and all the birds flying into the glacier. It was just really nice, very different experience that we were going to find, you know, on a big ship trying to go in there. So we have really amazing itineraries, very unique itineraries, as you can see. We cover the world, Central America. We've got, even here in the United States, in the fall we have Canada. We'll do New York and Boston. We've got South America, Europe, Mediterranean, Greek Isles, Turkey. I'm going to highlight some of the itineraries that we have that are very, very popular. This here is actually Papua New Guinea, but you can see how up close we get to everything. Here you learn from other species. I apologize, this is cut off here, but this is remote destinations. Here you've got the lone bear walking around. We're close by the shore here. We also have the Cuba, as I mentioned. We're going to just be doing one departure for 2017, and that's going to be on the La Ponant, the sailing ship, the mass sailing ship. In 2017, we have the one departure. In 2018, we have multiple departures. So it's becoming a place that now I think today they announced several other cruise lines has got the permission to go to Cuba. So guns a blazing, I guess. Now they're all going to be rushing in there. So, but it will be a different experience doing it here on a sailboat like this.
Where did you depart from?
We leave. We have the charter flights that go take you from Miami to Santiago de Cuba, and then you return out of Havana. It's a 7 night. Yeah. Okay, what we offer to you is traditional yachting. So what do we include in the programs? We have the open bar, we have your taxes and your gratuities. Your shore excursions are a la carte. That's going to pertain to those itineraries that are not expedition, because if it's expedition, your shore landings are included. So this would be something like if you're doing the Dalmatian coast or the Baltics or the British Isles. These are not considered expedition cruises, so the shore excursions would be a la carte. You would purchase those on board. This is our Dalmatian coast program. It goes round trip from Venice. We have several departures on this that we do, and it's really a beautiful itinerary because of the size of the ship. We're able to hug the coast the whole way. Just really, has anybody been to the Dalmatian coast? It's just so beautiful. So this might be something you consider. Of course, the St. Petersburg, the Baltic program, also very, very popular. Our Iceland, extremely popular. You know, if you're interested in that, you would really book very early as you can as it comes open. There you see the lights. Did you get to see the lights? Did you? You did? Okay.
When I was in the Navy.
Oh. Oh, sorry about that. Of course, in Iceland you have stunning scenery, beautiful scenery. This is another itinerary to Seychelles that we have several departures on. We're also starting the Kimberley Coast, Western Australia. This is starting in 2017, and it's shown as an expedition here. So what does that mean? That means that all your shore landings are included. So there's not going to be additional things for you to purchase in terms of tours on there. So you're gonna be probably, you're gonna go out and explore during the day, usually on the Zodiacs, you come back, you have all the creature comforts on the beautiful ships.
Does your excursions include, equipment if needed?
Yes, well, like if you're doing Antarctica, we give you your coat, that's yours to take, and then the boots, we provide them for you there, you leave them, go with
If you
them.
have things like walking sticks or
Um,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, walking sticks, I don't know, if they may do those on some of the itineraries, I'm not familiar, I'll have to ask on that. I know that's one of the things that they're doing on river cruises with the walking sticks and some of that. This is our Japan itinerary. This is a really beautiful way to see Japan. If you've ever thought about going to Japan, we do several departures and we have a couple different itineraries. And these are really sold out very far in advance, so you might consider it for, 2019, because I believe we're 2018. Yeah, it's crazy, but when you consider the size of the ships and the itinerary so different, we get them, they're booked very early. This is one of our Antarctica. We do two different programs for Antarctica. This is the Adriatic Antarctica, which is a 10-day round trip from Ushuaia. And I have not been to Antarctica myself, but don't you think I should get to go?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's our #1 selling destination, so it would be really good if I got to go. But it is 10 days. Has anyone been to Antarctica? You have? Oh, you too, Angie, and you've been? Excellent. Wonderful. So was it like a trip of a lifetime?
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
We flew over, we didn't sail over it.
Oh, you flew over.
I don't think I can.
Okay, so this is the 10-day, and then we have the longer, which is the loop. And this will include the Falkland Islands, South Georgia, the Antarctic Peninsula. So that's where you're gonna see, of course, you'll see the king penguins and a lot of them, several different types of penguins. And I understand it's a very different looking on South Georgia and that side versus what you see in the shorter program. So really, if you have the time, and I would do this one here.
How many nights did you say this one was?
This one is 16 days, so it's 15 nights, 16 days. So you could put that one on your list if you haven't done that. You like to travel. And of course, in Antarctica, that's where you're going to see all the penguins. And they are waiting our ship, and they're wearing their tuxedos. So they're waiting for us. And there's all different kinds of penguins. I have not learned all the different names of the penguins, but it's amazing to see. And of course, a lot of different types of seals as well. And different types of birds and whales. And amazing how close the whales come up to the Zodiacs. I have another picture where there's two of them right by the Zodiac. I said, has anybody ever been tipped over by a whale? And they said it's never happened, so.
But it could.
It could. I would think yes. And of course, the beautiful ice scapes as well. Sorry, this is really cut off, but it was just an explanation of what an expedition cruise is. And really, an expedition is a focus. When you go on like a standard cruise, a regular cruise, those focus inwards to what's happening on board the ship. When you do an expedition cruise, we're focusing what's outward, outside. So what's happening outside. And nature is your entertainer. So we're waiting for those bears to entertain us, or the seals coming up to the ship, or just things like that. So discovery is your purpose, and of course you're learning new animal species, you're learning new cultures about the earth itself. And then a little bit more about expedition, how you're exploring the flexibility, the tools. We have captains and crew with years of experience. Again, always on the lookout to find these beautiful sights for you to see. So on the expedition programs, which are marked in our brochure, and I have one separate brochure up there that was just expedition. The expedition, they have, of course, packaged in your shore landings along with your port taxes, your gratuities, your open bar. So they are considered all inclusive. Okay? And we have the world-class experts that are there. These are lecturers and historians, the naturalists. They're going to be telling you all about the animals, their gestation, their environment, all of these kinds of things and questions that you may have. When we actually take you out on the Zodiacs accommodate 10 people. We'll put 10 people on with the captain. And we do a quick little training for you so you know how to get on and off the Zodiacs, how you know how to behave in the Zodiac, we don't want you jumping all around. But we do actually embark the Zodiacs from the back of the ship, and this is different than some of our competitors who do on the side. And we found that if we do it in the rear of the ship, that there's a lot less motion. So we want it easier for you to get on and off. This is just a view of the Lemur Channel, which is just something you can see with our small ship access of where we can take you with the size of our ship through these small areas. And I have a nice video here on Antarctica.
Heartbeat when I'm all alone. I can feel your heartbeat like it's my own. I can hear your music from a million miles away. The angels got it right when they made you the way they made you. Sometimes I wonder if you're made from bones and skin, or are you something for me to begin again, this love.
Make you want to go?
Yay!
It's one of those places you got to check out. Okay, so back to some other interesting things about our product that we do. We have a lot of really wonderful theme cruises. This is actually one of our music cruises, and we have several departures of music and opera cruises. But we have a lot of other different themes. I have some brochures here. We have a Christie's Art Auction theme cruise where we will have lectures. We're going to be doing a mock auction, and we will have special tours all geared toward the Christie's art auction. And then we have another special theme cruise, which is a wine cruise. It goes from Lisbon to Portsmouth. And that one is going to be on the Chateau Latour winery. So we'll have the lectures, and we're going to be doing a lot of wine tasting and things like that. But we have things, tours on photography, astronomy, gardening, World War II, food, culinary. So we have a lot of really interesting different things that we can do. These are some of the other ones. The musical, as I mentioned, astronomy, photography. So give those a look too. We have brochures as well. We have the brochures up here, and very simply our pricing is, what we do, of course, is encourage you to book early. You're going to get the best pricing and best availability. If it's something you like, you really try to book it as early as you can, because we reward you by giving you a better price, and also you're going to get more of the cabin or stateroom suite that you would prefer. So when we do that, we have what we call our Ponant bonus fares. Those are savings up to 30%, and they are listed in the brochure. So if you take advantage, you can really save quite a bit by booking early. Because as the ship fills up, we have what we call dynamic pricing, then the price goes up. We also have a small group incentive. You all know each other here. You have a few of your friends. You travel together. If there's 6 of you going together, we give you what we call a small group incentive. It's an additional 5% off your price, and that you can use in conjunction with the Ponant bonus fares. We also, if you travel by yourself as a single, we have several dates where we've waived the single supplement surcharge, so you're not paying any extra to have your own stateroom. And then we also have reduced single supplement. What that means is, instead of the full charge for being single, you might have it reduced to 110%, 120 instead of the full 200, something like that. So keep that in mind. We have a show special here today, and what we do is we give you, if you book and deposit by December 23rd, we will give you a $200 per person shipboard credit, or $400 per cabin, and that you can use in the spa, you can use in the gift shop. If you're on a program that doesn't include the tours, you can use it towards your tours as well. Okay, and that's in addition to the Ponant bonus fares as well. So I'm going to end with Mercy with these beautiful little otters with their babies.